Reports reaching our news desk this hour is that there's been an attack in Mandera that has left 10 people dead. Unconfirmed reports indicate that a bomb went off in a residential building near the livestock market in Bulahawaya, Mandera. Most of the victims are said to be quarry workers, with dozens others left injured. These are unconfirmed reports reaching our newsroom as we speak. A bomb went off in Mandera at a residential building, killing at least 10 people. Police are yet to confirm these reports, but we will be joined by our correspondent for more information as we go along. But for now, we have Asha Mwilu, who is going to bring us up to speed. Thank you for joining us, Asha. What do we know so far?
Thank you, Michael. Well, we've talked to the county commissioner, that's Mandera County Commissioner Alex Olenkoyo, and what he tells us is that he'd like to join us on phone from the ground, but unfortunately he's sorting out the situation there, but he's given us a bit of information that at least we could relate to our audience out there. And what the county commissioner of Mandera confirms is that at 1 a.m. this morning, that's Tuesday morning, an unknown number of gunmen stormed a residential building in Mandera. It's near the livestock market in Mandera, near a village called Bulahawa, and while they blew up the gate with explosives, the county commissioner says they're still trying to establish whether it was a petrol bomb or whether they used a grenade to blow up the gate to that residential plot. But what we know is that a Kenyan woman of the Somali tribe went and pleaded with these gunmen to just abandon their plans, but unfortunately they shot her on the spot. After that, we hear that this was like a flash attack. So these gunmen stormed into the building, went house by house, room by room, shooting indiscriminately at who they saw inside that building. So the county commissioner says that this was a really planned attack because this building was housing quarry workers. So we know that 14 people so far have been confirmed dead and 10 others have been injured. And most of the victims, unfortunately, are quarry workers. Michael, you'll remember last year we had that attack at the quarry in Mandera where more than 26 people were killed, quarry workers. So after that, the county commissioner says that they advised the quarry workers to look for a more safer environment, a safer building to live in. So most of them, you know, there's comfort in numbers, so most of them went together, rented out this residential plot in Mandera at Bulahawa, and unfortunately they're the target again. So what we know so far is that the gunmen actually went into the river. Police responded within 5 minutes, according to the county commissioner on the ground, that's Alex Olenkoyo. But unfortunately it was too late. The attack was well coordinated. They knew where to strike, how to strike, and in how long. Michael?
Okay, Asha, do we know roughly how many these attackers were?
We don't know the number of attackers, but what we know is that, you remember there was a curfew that the president had imposed on Mandera County. That's right, among the 5 counties that had the curfew going on for a couple of months. That's Mandera, Garissa, Wajir County, and the coastal counties of Lamu and Tana River. But you know we are in the Ramadan period, the holy month of Ramadan, where Muslims observe fasting. So the leaders from that area actually pleaded with the government to lift this curfew because there are usually night prayers that Muslims have to attend. Unfortunately, the county commissioner says that lifting the curfew, especially in Mandera, made their work even harder. So they've been trying to kind of like do patrols inside town, but with the curfew being lifted, everyone is just free to move around town, and this is how these gunmen were able to get into the town. The county commissioner says that what they know for sure is that these people did not come into Mandera in the last 2 days, so they must have been in Mandera, living there with the residents, or at least maybe hiding amidst the residents. They are planning this attack. Michael?
Yes, finally, Asha, do we know if we have any survivors that were left in the building who possibly would be eyewitnesses to give us more details as time unfolds?
Yeah, we do know that there are 10 people who've been injured. We don't know the severity of their injuries, but even just looking at the Kenya Red Cross tweets, they're confirming that they're evacuating some of those who are injured in that attack. The county commissioner says the number is 10 right now, and the number of those dead is at 14. However, unfortunately, the number could rise because perhaps some of those who've been injured could sustain, maybe have fatal, their injuries could could in the end be fatal. But we have a reporter on the ground, that's Abdirahim, and right now he's talking to the residents, just trying to find out for us what exactly happened, what people saw, and in the next couple of minutes, Michael, we're sure that we'll be able to at least give some tangible information of what exactly people saw, and maybe we could even establish how many gunmen were there. But Michael, I'd like to just remind you that earlier this year, that's in April, I traveled to Mandera town, and I did produce a documentary, as you remember, Terror Crossing, concerning that border town, and we did show some of the loopholes that we have in that town. It's a very critical town. We know that the Westgate attackers, some of them are said to have come through the Mandera border. We know that the Garissa attackers, one of them was actually a student and a son to a chief in Mandera town. So this county is very critical, and in our documentary we did show how the border was open, and in that time, that's when the government announced that they will be constructing a wall separating the Kenyan border from the Somali border. Unfortunately, I spoke to the county commissioner today, and he says, well, the process is very slow. The wall is still being constructed. He is confident that once the wall is up, he'll have about 95% confidence in the security there. He says at least things will improve by around 70%. But right now, Michael, the situation there is that the border is still open. We know that children from Somalia are still coming into Kenya to study, and in the evening they go back. So what police there are saying is that they're trying to establish whether children are being used as couriers, maybe for some of these explosives coming into Kenya. But most definitely, we'll be giving you updates on this report right now that the Mandera attack, where 14 people have been killed and 10 others seriously injured. Michael.
Thank you very much, Asha. That's Asha Mwilu there, bringing us details of reports reaching our news desk this hour that 10 people maybe are dead. Actually, she's confirmed it as 14 who are dead, and unconfirmed reports indicate that a bomb went off in a residential building near a livestock market in Bulahawa, Mandera. Most of the victims are said to be quarry workers, with dozens of others left injured. These are unconfirmed reports, and as soon as we have the reports, we shall definitely keep you posted as we go along.